We land, got exit meetings the next day. I think Spo just wanted to get them over with. I was one of the first ones. So I come over early. I'm still in workout mode. I'm going to go work out. LeBron in there 7 in the morning with his mom. And we just lost the final.
No, that's people don't know.
The OGs are back. UD, we're back. We're back in home court. We ain't been home court for a minute, brother.
Been a while, boy.
Been a minute. We got a good one today, though, dog. Mr. Greg Oden, bro. We appreciate you stepping in here. Before we get this thing cooking, though, I got to read something. I don't like to read. I'm a college dropout. I didn't know if you knew this.
He can read, though. He can read.
I can?
Yeah, you can.
Or I can't? Yeah, I can. I'm about to show you
I didn't say can't. Why would I say
because
can't?
Sometimes you chin check me a
It
little
sounded
bit.
like he said can't for a second.
Yeah.
I would not do it like that.
But before I get this thing going, I want to make sure we give you your flowers because one of the most impressive things I seen when we were doing some homework on this.
It's crazy.
Consensus second team All-American, NABC Defensive Player of the Year, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, Big Ten All-Defense, Pete Newell Big Man Award, First Team All-Big Ten, Big Ten Freshman of the Year, Big Ten Rookie of the Year, Big Ten All-Freshman, Big Ten Conference Tournament Most Dominant Player, MVP, they have MOP, NABC Pete Newell Big Man of the Year again, Wooden Award finalist, Big Ten Tournament MVP, First Team All-Big Ten Tournament. Come on, dog.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Come on. He played 1 year, bro.
First of all, I don't feel like I was in college because I ain't get none of them awards, and I was a big man too.
And you played 4 years.
Yeah, I played 4 years. I wasn't in the Big East, but I was a big man too, and I ain't get none of that shit. That shit I ain't even been heard of. What the f is Pete McAdale? Pete Newell. Who the fuck? NAB. Like some of this shit I ain't even heard of, bro.
McAdoo.
Yeah.
It's a Pete McAdoo.
Hey, for real though, congratulations on that, man. That's unbelievable.
Thank you.
Career,
I appreciate that,
obviously.
man.
Career. So
It's definitely short, but I appreciate it.
The best part of your career was losing to Florida.
So you just gonna go right into it?
He didn't even wait. He didn't even wait. I was
why
gonna take
would
time,
we?
man. I was gonna take time.
Are you
to,
gonna butter him up?
Yeah, just a little bit, man.
First off, the Gator chop.
Hey, man.
I was 18 years old. I was about to cry. I was walking off that court. They was just Gator chomp. I was like, I'm 18. Don't do this to me.
This mic fucked me up like the Gators got y'all.
Oh damn.
Oh, man.
Damn.
But let's talk about that just because it's fun to rip the Band-Aid off. I really enjoyed that game. I was there.
I was a little nervous.
You were.
You just read the motherfucking track record.
Yeah, you're right. And we'll get to something else because he had another teammate over there.
Man got every
good himself.
award in college. Clearly, he was unstoppable on both ends of the basketball court. I didn't go to the game because they didn't invite me back. I don't know why. I'm sure your tickets were free. I didn't get the call, but it's all good, Florida. I still fuck with y'all. But at the end of the day, I didn't go to the game. I watched the game on TV, but I was a little nervous. I mean, what was y'all record day? Would y'all walk?
We lost 3 games.
Lost 3 games.
Before the national championship, so we ended up losing 4 throughout the year. But we lost to y'all earlier in the year, though. So, I mean, y'all already had it.
That is true.
How good? Because obviously we both went to Florida. We're Florida fans. He sometimes gripes about him a little bit.
Did you really go to Florida though?
I did for a couple years.
Okay. He played for Florida. He didn't go to Florida. We all know the difference.
Right. Yeah,
If you at home, you know the difference. He played for Florida. He didn't go to Florida.
Anyways, how good was that Florida team?
Man, back-to-back national champions. I mean, what, 6 or 7 NBA players on that team?
Crazy, right?
That actually played. I mean, team was amazing. One of the best teams ever.
He actually really don't want to talk about this right
He
now.
doesn't. That's why we're doing it, though.
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I used to be like, man, I'm in Portland. Al Horford over there doing a music video with Sierra. Mad as fuck. Love Joe Kim in Chicago. Every time I see him, I want to fight him. And then he'd be like, man, Gio, let's go get a shot. I'd be like, damn, I like this.
Hey, listen, man.
And then I was drafted with Torian Green. So, and that was my people. So, like, and Corey Brewers, cool people. So you know,
Shout out Corey,
good,
man. Just won the Big Three championship.
Yes, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Congrats,
Shout out
man.
Torian coaching in Gainesville right now. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you doing the coaching thing, so we get into that. Like, how did that come about? The coaching idea, just the mindset, because once again, we're a little old school. It's a different generation. You know what I'm saying? They got to like you. You got to know how to present the message to get the results. So how did that come about? Because I ain't got the patience for that.
Honestly, when I retired, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and my mind was all over the place. So I just started going to the gym. Like Coach Mata, I would say this again, Coach Mata is one of the greatest coaches ever. It's not just about basketball, getting you in there and getting you out. He brought me back when I was going through a tough time. He brought me around the guys, and then eventually I went back to school and got my degree. And so I'm just being a manager. I'm just helping out at practices where I'm going to school. And then I just kind of fell into it, got my graduate degree. I was GA. I was a student coach. And then Coach Mata gave me my real opportunity at Butler.
So you really started from the bottom. Grad assistant.
Bro, I was a manager. Wow. #1 draft pick manager. 28 in school with all these 18-year-olds, like, and a manager.
All these spoiled at home. I could just think back when we was in the NBA bubble, needed emotional support dogs in therapy. All these spoiled motherfuckers at home, and this man got down to the bottom and built his way back up.
You know what? And that's why I'm glad I read all those accolades, because I hope them some bitches at Butler understand that all these kids you're helping with, what you've done and what you've accomplished, like, that's amazing and hard. And just because you had injuries, like, please don't discount what the you did.
Who ain't listening to Greg Oden at Butler?
I'm just saying, I don't know. But
Call
you know
me.
how
Who ain't listening?
You know these young kids now.
Call me. I make sure they listen.
Right. Well, let's get back to it though from the beginning a little bit, because high school teammates with Mike Conley.
Middle
played
school
AAU
teammates with Mike
middle
Conley.
school teammates with Mike
Played
Conley.
every
all the way
game
back to
with
middle
Mike
school.
Conley since the 6th grade up till we got drafted.
Wow.
We probably didn't play in
So middle
2,
school,
maybe
high
3
school,
games.
AAU.
Yes, every game, every camp on the same team.
How much was that ticket for you two to go to Ohio State? That had to be crazy.
Well, I like to say this.
Mike just diving right into it this morning, ain't he?
He really
Goddamn.
is. Well, I put it like this. I still remember when Brandon Roy and LaMarcus laughed at my face when I told them I didn't get paid anything but Pell Grant.
Oh.
Did they
That's
call
unheard
you?
of, ain't
Did
that,
they call,
Killer?
they call you a liar first, or?
That's unheard of.
Well, you got to think at Ohio State, we was going through all the stuff with Maurice Claret. And so, you know, it
Man,
was
the
just
hell
way
with
too
Maurice
many eyes.
Corrett. Now, I got a
love
whole
that
different
guy.
set of issues
I
with him.
love that
I got
guy.
a
I
whole,
ain't gonna
because I'm a
lie, we
Hurricane
Buckeyes for
fan.
life.
I got a whole different set of issues with Ohio State and Maurice Corrett. I love you as a football player. I love what you did as your redemption story, but that was not a goddamn pass interference. Y'all know the game was over. You can finish.
Hey,
what
shout
you
out
were
Maurice
saying.
Claret, bro.
You should finish.
And
what you were
anyways,
saying.
so what made you choose Ohio State? Because obviously from my recollection, it's been years. I'm getting old. But it was always known that you and Mike were going to go to school together because of what you just said. You played since 6th grade, every game. Why was it Ohio State then? Why? Because I know that. Listen, I know it wasn't NIL at the time, but there was NIL.
For y'all.
UD got it.
For y'all.
This guy here.
What made Ohio State the choice?
Coach Mata. I mean, he was just somebody that we gravitated towards, somebody that you wanted to play for. And for me, Columbus is just like Indianapolis, and it's 3 hours away. So it was just far enough that my mom wouldn't just roll up on me every day. But if she needed to get there, she could. So you know,
You
it
had
was
one
simple
of them.
for
You had
me.
one of them mamas, huh?
She actually never. She kind of let me be.
Okay.
Because she was usually working. She had my younger brother. Love my mom.
Not
Zoe, love you.
what part? Because I don't even can't say it. Terre
Haute.
Terre Haute.
So we was born in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
Then moved to Terre Haute in the 3rd grade. Was there up to end of 7th grade. Then moved to Indianapolis.
How was that? Never heard of it.
Terrible Haute, Indiana?
No.
The home of Larry Bird.
I was gonna say, come on, man.
Indiana State.
I thought he was from French Lick or something.
He is, but when he went to
Terre
Indiana
Haute.
State, Indiana State's in Terre Haute.
Yeah, Terre Haute.
Okay, but he from French Lick.
Yeah, French Lick, Indiana, played Terre Haute, Indiana
Okay,
State.
cool. So don't be talking about how I don't know that.
Oh gosh,
I know
damn,
where
Terre
the
Haute.
he
Everyone
from.
know Terre
I
Haute,
don't know
don't
where
they?
Indiana State is, and nobody else knows after that. How about
Actually, they
that? Who else went there?
What's we got?
big
Baby
fella
Joker.
there. Baby Joker
Joker.
there now.
He just transferred to
Baby
St. Louis,
Joker
but he all right. Robbie out of Villa.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Go to Indiana State?
He went to Indiana State. Bruh, killing.
Kill it. You know,
315
Just
Jump this far up the ground.
Yeah, all the stuff.
Threes in your face.
Yeah, all the stuff.
Okay,
He's good.
I get
Literally
that.
call him Baby Joker.
Okay,
He's
I
over
give
here
him
talking
that.
like a college coach now, ain't he? You over here talking like a college
That's what
coach.
it
ain't he?
is.
He over
That's
here
what it
talking-
is. That's the only reason why I know that.
All right,
Like he a coach.
Well, they had the NIT. They lost in the championship, but they played at Butler. NIT
They should have made the
championship was
tournament.
at
They should have made the tournament. Really.
A lot of teams that should make
Yeah,
the tournament. That's NCAA. You got to do something about that because there was
Hey.
some really good teams. I
Let's-
heard Seton Hall won.
Yeah.
And they in the Big East. Like it was a bunch of.
Listen, I wish
Big
they
East
would.
teams that should
I
have
wish they
John shoulda
would
went.
expand the tournament because the NIT that means nothing.
That means nothing.
I'm just gonna say that out. I'm just gonna put that out there. As much as I love the fact that you allow teams to play in the NIT, if I'm a college player, I don't really. That ain't the trophy I want. That ain't the trophy I want. That trophy gonna make me mad. But I mean, I understand the sportsmanship. You get invited, you got to go.
Yeah.
You got to play. You got to do what you're supposed to do. But at the end of the day, that's like a participation trophy.
Well, I will say this as turning into a coach now. Yeah, you say that now, but when you come back 20 years later, you would love to see a banner up there and be able to point to that and show your kids like, hey, I don't care what it is.
Greg,
I got me a banner.
That's
up
what we
there,
gonna agree to disagree. I ain't
I'm
pointing at
gonna
that
be
banner.
honest with you. I'm gonna agree to disagree with you too.
I ain't pointing at that banner. That ain't the banner I'm pointing at. I'm just gonna let y'all know that I'm agree to disagree with
Well,
y'all.
everybody's not Florida, so we don't got the national championships
no,
up there.
You almost sent us home. If it wasn't for this here, did you see the last second shot he threw up with his eyes closed for us to beat Butler?
Why my eyes
We
gotta
was
be
almost
closed?
on our way home.
Why my eyes gotta be closed, coach?
I'm just saying, I got to dramatize this up just a little more for the fans at home. But Butler almost sent us, the year we went to the national championship game, the one game that took us down to the wire that was Butler. We almost lost. Mike made a last-second shot against Butler for us to win that game.
Then they went to the
he
Final
don't make that
Four.
shot,
They
we
went
don't
Final
go to the
Four, too,
championship
couple
that
years.
year.
Yeah, they went national championship back to back, 2010 and 2011.
Yeah. Almost made that one again. Almost Gordon made that bank shot from Duke.
Yeah.
And that was at home. That was in Indy.
Yep.
So, no disrespect to who hangs that NIT trophy. My personal opinion, who hangs that NIT banner, who has the NIT trophy. That's just my thing. Me personally, I don't want it. I want the other one.
Well, you use that to motivate you for the next year.
Yeah, that's right.
No, like listen. Anytime you step in between the lines, the goal is to win.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck what's on the line. The goal is to win. But ultimately, you want that final.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that final
you do.
thing.
So let's talk about stank ass Mike Conley for a second because
Listen.
that was my rookie. I love Mike Conley. It seems like everybody loves Mike Conley. I need you to say something on Mike Conley.
If you got a problem with Mike Conley, something wrong
I know,
with you.
but I need you to say something because I'm sick of hearing how great this dude. He is the best, by the way. He was my rookie, and I love every bit about it. His family's awesome. He's had an unbelievable career, still doing, which is amazing. Tell me something though. Give me some dirt
Two
on
guys,
So, for one-
Drew Holiday and Mike Conley.
Yeah.
As much as I am a competitor and they get on my goddamn nerves on the other side, I cannot find a reason to not like them.
Yeah, exactly
As
right.
much as I
Exactly.
want to, I can't
Exactly.
find a reason
Exactly.
to not like you.
But give me something on this.
I
dude.
got one, and
Alright,
it's the
good.
reason why I kind of hated him for a good week.
A week.
For a good
Because,
week.
A week, and they known each other since 6th grade.
We was in high school, and we never played on the same team when we played pickup. And he had my brother, and one of the 5 times in my life I got dunked on, Mike gave an assist to my brother, and my younger brother dunked on me. And I swear to God, I dunked the basketball for the next 20 plays, kicking everybody. But the fact that he allowed my brother to dunk on me, that hurt me. I was actually mad at him. It was a couple of picks, a little shoulder shove,
I'm
but-
sure your brother ain't let you forget about that either.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I whooped his ass. That was a fight.
Now, is this the brother that played college football?
Yeah, played at Arkansas.
Played at Arkansas,
Yeah.
right?
Anthony Oden, love you, boy. He just had a baby too. So
Okay.
Congratulations, bro.
What did he play? O-line?
yeah, he played O-line.
Tackle, guard?
Might have been tackle.
Tackle.
Yeah, I mean,
How tall was it? How tall
6'9".
was this side?
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
The height. Just the height in your family.
my mom's 6'1".
Your mom's 6'1". Okay. Okay. Cool. Yo, what time is it? Game time. Yo, what's up, people? You know what time it is. Football is finally here, which means endless NFL games these next few months, and there's no better place to get tickets than Game Time. They make all your tickets fast and easy. Me, myself, I'm already looking forward to going to the game again. Checking out my Dolphins. Fans up, baby. Game Time picks filters through all the fluff. Only thing you got to worry about is incredible deals, great seats. You don't have to waste no time searching through thousands of bad tickets. Me, personally, I'm extremely impressed with how Game Time Picks selects the deals for you without having to waste any time digging around. The curation makes it easier to save more on the football games and any event you want to go to. Take all the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. That's code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time today, and just remember what time I said it was. It's still game time, baby.
Let's talk about this for a minute, because it's to me, is as a hooper, and we're all hoopers on here, like to have your life going like 100 miles an hour, number one player in the country, right? All those accolades I talked about, number one pick in the draft, and then before you even step on the floor as a rookie, you're already having surgery. Yeah. Talk about how you're like, because it's easy to, you're making a lot of money, yada yada, number one pick there. Talk about where your mindset's at when you got, because you get picked number one, you're anyone. Like, obviously he doesn't talk about draft day, he doesn't like it.
Yeah, they ain't fuck with me.
I love draft day.
They ain't fuck with me like
that. I'm sure you did too.
I'll tell the story.
All right. So I just want to know where your head was at when that, like, okay, so you get drafted one and you're like, okay, now I got to prove my point. But then you're injured. So talk about that.
So I'm gonna start off with draft day.
Okay, perfect. I love it.
Number one pick, first one up there, all excited. The last one to leave, because I'm doing every interview.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I leave, I see Joe Kemp. He's like, "We about to turn up in New York, Gio." It was like, "You got an hour to pack you on the PJ, because we got a parade for you in Portland."
Oh, wow.
So I got family I haven't seen in years in New York. Like, all my family was there, so I didn't get to spend no time with them.
Oh, damn.
An hour. Well, I mean, I was at the thing
Yeah,
for
no,
like 4 or
but
5
usually it's the
hours.
next day, though.
And listen, and I spoke on this on one podcast before. What the you was rushing him to get to Portland for, Portland? I have been there. I have seen your outlife. I have seen your nightlife. Ain't a thing going on where you had to rush that man from New York to get to see that. That was, I caught myself trying to go out to grab a drink with Goran Dragic one time in Portland. That's the scariest I ever seen. Like from X-Files. Scared the shit out of me.
You probably walked down to Nines Hotel. And
man, I was
right there.
Yeah,
in the square.
yeah.
Right
It's scary out there, man. You think you finna stop and get a drink? You in for some from Walking Dead. I'm like, hold on, man. Everybody can't look like this. Everybody can't look like this. Like, what's going on?
Poor Portland. Hold on a second.
No. Listen, I'm just telling you what I've seen, man. I ain't making this up. You see, he ain't stopped me yet.
First off, I ain't say none of this. I ain't say none of this.
He ain't say nothing. I'm gonna say it for him. Why y'all rush that man there?
He'll drag you in.
No,
Why,
but like, look, I
what they
love
rushing
Portland.
there for?
I love Portland, and I actually found some nightlife, and
Really?
way too much, actually.
Okay, cool.
Because, I mean,
It wasn't
going
no
in,
clubs, I tell you that.
yes, it was.
Pay them to keep that shit on. I'm just saying. Yeah, you know what? Here come the extra dollars I got. Just put that back. Just put that back on. Don't even worry about it. I'm cool. I'm from Miami. I wasn't used to that. I was like, hold on. Listen,
You can't compare
y'all
the
need
two.
to come down to Miami and get a workshop. They need to come down to Miami and get a workshop, because you doing it the wrong way.
Coach, what you trying to do? Keep it on.
You know what? Go ahead and put that back on. I'm all right.
That's funny. That's funny.
Hey, go to draft day again.
You can ask Goran. Goran said the same shit. And he from Slovenia. Y'all couldn't even get a Slovenian excited.
I ain't say none of this.
Hey, so talk about
I
draft.
hate to stop. Okay, go ahead. Take back off.
So, we on the PJ. We head to Portland. We got a nice little parade. I meet everybody, the Trailblazer staff, and everybody in the front office is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. It is great people there, and I love the city. It's very beautiful. Great food. But as you said, I'm working out. I go to summer league. I end up getting my tonsils taken out because for some reason I couldn't breathe in them. Like, I'm sitting there, we playing. I'm tired after 3 minutes, like super tired. So basically, I ended up taking out my tonsils. Played, I want to say 3 games during the summer league. Didn't really do what I was supposed to do. But I do remember like working out, and I got me a new pair of shoes. And one day, like I'm working out, the next day my was just big as like literally I couldn't even put on my pants.
Wow.
Go in, they said you got some missing cartilage in there, and I'm thinking, go clean it up and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
They just need to go get a better look. they just went ahead and did the microfracture. I mean, it was talked about, but in my head, I was like, "You just gonna clean it up, and we gonna have a real sit down about that."
Yeah, let's make sure we tell people too. Now microfracture, they're coming back and playing.
Yeah.
When we were going through it about that time, microfracture was like the thing. Like everyone was getting it, and it was like that was a year done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, now the guys come back
Science is
stronger.
different now.
Like
Yeah.
like so. I just want to make sure everyone I just want to make sure everyone understands back
It was
at
a
the
different
crib.
time.
Like the microfracture at that time was like, oh my God, he might not ever play again type.
I mean, there was a lot of us.
And the guys
that
were
once
having
we got
it. Yes. Can you like a lot of the guys were getting it. Yep.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Sorry, I want to make sure they know what the
No,
microfracture
so
is.
it was just, got it and realized I'm out for a year, and you just don't know how to feel with that. I'm number one pick.
19
years old. I'm getting new to a new city, new coast.
Been on top of
new
the world
teammates.
since 9th grade, 10th grade.
I was very humble with it, though.
Yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm not gonna be for you. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna tell the
But
story.
I mean, to come from being that high to kind of that low, and one of the stories I like to talk about is like, all right, when I was able to finally walk, I'm like, all right, let me go be around my teammates. They having a little party. Let me go. I walk up, the bouncer like, dude, the whole entire world know you 19. I can't let you in here. So it's like, I'm trying to hang out with my teammates, but I can't because I can't go to spots they go to. Yeah. So now I'm having house parties at the house. Like I got a whole year off. It's not like I got to just sit down. I'm in Portland. So every night, hey, who you can get come over? Why not?
Yeah.
And,
I know who wasn't coming over.
Who?
I seen. Y'all wasn't invited. The I seen was not invited.
When I first got there, when I was going on my visit, Zebo.
Hey,
Real one. Shout out Zebo, man.
Zebo
Shout out
picked me
Zebo.
up.
Real one, man.
You're a real one for
Hey,
real.
man, Zebo, I was meeting people in year 5 that I met at Zebo house. Zebo and Darius Miles, when I first came in, they was
D-Miles.
cool.
Shout out
D-Miles
D-Miles.
was great.
I forgot them boys.
He was
there.
on the team
Yeah.
that first year. People don't know that, but they paid to send him home.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
D-Miles, he was the one always talking to me, telling me about the city, how to maneuver out here. Like he was actually being a
Real
vet.
OG.
And then
Yeah.
Then they kind of was like, I don't want him, messing with Gio. I'm like, I'm just rehabbing. We just talking on the elliptical. Like, we ain't doing no shit. I'm just trying to learn, And they paid him to send him home.
That's
Hey
crazy.
man, for
Shout out
teams,
D-Miles, man.
yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
real,
saying? Them
Zebo
boys
and
for
D-Miles.
doing that.
For teams in the NBA and obviously for players, it's such a finicky thing because if you look at that team that they had in Portland, if you stay, I mean, there's a lot of ifs, but you stay healthy. Brandon Roy stays healthy. Marcus Aldridge is
Man.
young.
Ooh.
Like, talk about, and especially at that time, and that if you're playing 2 7-footers that are both that mobile and big, and LaMarcus can step out and do his thing, and Brandon Roy was a gangster on the wing, that team would have been nasty.
Yeah, real quick. All you at home, just talk about before you get to LaMarcus Aldridge, because we seen LA. Just talk all you at home. Just tell these about Brandon Roy.
Man, what?
Yeah.
You talk
Everybody go YouTube Brandon Roy's top
Yeah.
10 plays. You would be amazed
He's
at
cold.
what this man
God.
did. And it was so easy to him. Like, literally, they called him the natural because everything just came easy to him. And he was so smooth.
What a great nickname, by the way.
Hey, he- from Seattle. What up, Greg Oden? Please, stop saying my full name, man.
Yo, I didn't know he was from Seattle. So now on the low, like I'm putting together some hoopers come out of Seattle.
Oh, they get buckets
yeah.
out there in
There's some-
Seattle.
and they bucket getters
Yeah.
too.
Bucket
They
getters.
bucket getters. We're coming out of Seattle.
They got
you
the
know
real
what
one in there right now. You already know who I'm gonna say. Paulo, goddammit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. Say something.
I'm not finna say
I know
nothing
you
because I
ain't
like
finna say
Paulo. I
nothing.
ain't finna say nothing. I like
Paulo,
Paulo.
all right. I wasn't sure in college. I thought he had short arms. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
you kind of do a little bit.
I'm telling you right now that
but
is a problem.
He changed my mind. I put it like that. I'm a fan. So
I mean,
I'm
I
a
think-
fan of that whole entire Orlando team. Them boys is good.
I was just about to bring that up. I love what Coach Mosley has done
Yes,
over there.
sir.
I love what they're doing over there in Orlando. So
They
we
got,
gonna see.
him. They got him one too, and they're
gonna
building
see.
it. They're building it. But go ahead. So with Brandon Roy, talk just a little bit about him, though. I know
B.
you
Roy,
the
man,
natural,
he just did everything on the court, and it was just so easy to him. Like, I remember one game, and I wasn't even playing, but we was playing against the Rockets. So 20 seconds left. Yao, turnaround jumper.
Man.
They up 1. B. Roy, come back, 2 seconds. Jumper, we up 1. Yao, 17-foot turnaround. They up 1. B. Roy, catch the ball at half court, shoot that up, split, splash that, run it down. bitch ass. Hey,
Dog, that
this is
B-Roy.
like,
I love that.
This is like my first year. I'm hype. I'm jumping up and down.
I love that.
Like, what the?
I thought he was quiet.
Man,
I
what?
thought he was quiet.
Man, you gotta see that. That game was crazy. But B-Roy used to just do shit like that all the time, man.
And he had, if I'm not mistaken, he had injury or something.
Same thing.
He
was
had
him. What
some
was
knee
his
problems.
injury? Yeah.
I don't think he had cartilage actually in his knee.
Yeah, I think
So
it
he
was
was
just
like
bone
bone
on
on
bone,
bone.
yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that's that
I
D-Wade
mean, but
had.
think about that. Like he was out for a year, and then they just kept him on the team. And then that last year, remember he came in and
Yeah.
got a. I want to say he won the playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Just dusted him off real quick, come win the
It's
game
Like,
for
oh
us,
yeah,
yeah.
you ain't played in about
Hey.
25 games. Come in this playoff game.
AKA the natural.
Man, what?
That's a great
That was
nickname.
great,
Bucket
man.
getter,
And
bucket
a
getter.
good dude, man.
Good
You
guy.
brought up a by the way in Yao Ming.
Man.
So when you were back on the floor playing, like he was
He was
My
the hardest
good-
player
my
I
goodness,
guarded
man.
against. I mean,
Yeah,
Shaq was
he
on
was
the
so
other
good.
side.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know his big
Oh,
ass.
listen,
you think
man.
he gonna take 2 dribbles and turn around dunk and that do a 1 foot fadeaway in your face?
Man, I saw that motherfucker shooting that shit on Shaq. I was sitting on the bench. I didn't know what to do.
Man,
I was like,
what
God
the-
damn. You don't see nobody shooting no motherfucker turn around, fade away on big fella like that. Like most bigs is going back and forth and shooting jump hooks and shit. He turned around, fade away on big fella. I was
sir.
like, God damn.
And you couldn't block that. I mean, what 7'6"?
6.
Had a whole 2 feet.
Okay.
I love you, y'all.
I do too. That's so funny.
Listen, man. He had some
God,
little
he'd
ass
been-
feet too. He was
That
like,
motherfucker been 5'6".
he was like inside. He wore a size
If he
like
got,
14
if he
too.
got
You played
decapitated,
against him, you
then-
know he be
hey,
like-
hold on. If he got decapitated, he's 5'6". That's crazy.
Him and Peyton Manning. Nah, I'm kidding.
Damn, Indy shots fired.
I love Peyton. Peyton was my first like celebrity that I met.
I love Peyton.
And it was
Really?
just like,
Fun to watch.
yeah, we went to his bowling tournament they used to run in Indianapolis, and he came up to me and Mike, and he was like, "How you guys rolling?" I'm like, "We doing okay." He was like, "I'm playing like," and I was just like, "I'm 16, first time hearing Peyton
Oh,
Manning and a
God.
celebrity just cuss." I was just, he's
He
my
was-
favorite player of all time.
I mean, I never
really
met
good,
Peyton
too.
Manning, but I fuck with him because of what I heard about him. Adrian James and those guys, they talk highly about him. Reggie Wayne, when they was out there in Indianapolis, they had Adrian James and Reggie Wayne. They were loaded out
Yes,
there.
sir.
They were
Yes,
loaded.
sir. I still see Reggie around the city.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Adrian in a while though, but they used to come to my high school games.
I see Edge all the
Yeah,
time.
that's cool, man.
Small world. Small
Ed's
world.
son playing right now, hooping right now.
Yeah, he's at Cincinnati. Jizzle. Shout out Jizzle, man.
Yeah,
do
he
your
hooping
thing,
right
young
now.
fella.
So you talked about the guys you played with, played against. Yao being one of your toughest covers. The bigs in the league now, compared to the bigs in the league when you were playing or when you were coming up in college. Obviously, they play different now.
Hell yeah.
Give me your favorite bigs in the league right now.
Joker, like he does it. He's great. AD, Joel. I'm still a Vucevic guy because
Okay.
he's just been solid for so
Man,
long.
yes, he has.
man,
Yes,
for
he
a
has.
long
Yes, he
time.
has.
And then Brook Lopez.
Yes, he
I'm a
has.
Brook Lopez fan. You know, grew up playing against him and to see how he changed
Evolved,
his game all the way
changed.
Yes.
around.
He
man.
pivoted.
It's-
He pivoted like no other player I've ever seen
Oh,
pivot.
listen, he don't even go down in the paint no more.
No, and
Well,
he
you
and
know what though? 2 years ago when they won,
When they
he
needed him to.
started going
Yes,
down in
yeah,
the
he
paint,
did.
and it
He
was a
did.
big factor for
He
them
did.
winning.
But it's wild too
Trust
because
me. He did it against us.
yeah, it's wild though when you think
He
about
did it
it.
against us. Yeah, that's funny now, huh? That's funny. So funny.
Hey, look, I was going for y'all. I'm a Heat too. What you talking about?
You are.
Oh, we gonna talk about
touch on
that.
too.
But that's funny because Brooke, I'm glad you talked about it because like real hoopers that watch, that man was like made all-star games posting up
Yes.
with a right
Yes.
hook. That's what crab, hook. That's all he did for like 3 straight years, and now all he does is shoot jumpers. It's wild.
I mean, when he was
But he
in, I
controls
think-
the paint too defensively. That's what
I
makes
think it
him
was
good.
Brooklyn. Was the last time he really got down there and bang. I think when he got to LA, he started to stretch it out a little bit and change his game a little bit. But yeah, he was a problem in the post down there, boy. Like he had to face up to all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was a problem down there.
I went to go see Cleveland versus Milwaukee, and I forgot that they had Robin too. And when you see them big,
Man,
hey,
listen,
they make Giannis look small,
Let me
like
tell
for
you.
real. And I forgot, like they pointed to me. I was like, oh,
speaking of
That's
guys
a
you
big
can't hate,
man.
those 2 more guys you can't hate.
No doubt.
No, you can't hate the Lopez brothers.
No,
Like, how
not
can
at
you
all.
hate the Lopez brothers? I mean, don't they got like property at Disneyland and shit? Like they ain't got.
I mean,
like,
first
how
of
you
all,
hate the Lopez
Yeah,
brothers?
you gotta go to church if you do.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you if you hate the Lopez brothers.
Look at his hat. Good guys finish first.
Oh yeah, Oh, yeah. Shout
I
out.
need one of those hats.
Shout
'Cause I'm
out,
a good
Mike.
guy.
No,
Oh, Mike.
no.
We need to get
Damn, Killer, what you mean? No.
No, don't give him one of them hats.
I need one of them hats. I am a
No.
good guy.
Well,
gonna burn as soon as you take it off.
All right, I'm a loyal guy. I take away the good guy. I'm a
hey,
loyal guy. How
you
about
said
that?
you said you're a Heat. You're cheering for the Heat, which is up for debate. I don't know if that's really the truth, but
He was.
Dude,
I know. But let's talk about this though, because I think again it's part of a great story that we've touched on before getting on here. That a lot of guys wouldn't have done, being the #1 pick, then taking 3 years off of just straight rehab to come back,
Yes.
and you come back to Miami. Speak on that just for a little bit.
Yeah, because a lot of you at home ain't mentally tough to go 3 years not knowing what the outcome is going to be.
No doubt. No doubt.
I mean, I wanted to play. That's all I knew, and I just knew I had to get my body right, and it had to be right. I had to make sure I was able to do something for you guys. And even when I got there, even through 3 years of rehab, I was still on a minutes restriction.
Yes.
Like if I practice, I can't play the next 2 days or something like that. Or if I played, I can't practice the next 2 days. It was like that. So, I mean, just for me, it's just I knew this was what I wanted. And, we was talking earlier, I'm old school. They said you got to keep on working, keep on working.
Yes.
I didn't know when the end game was going to be. I just kept working. And then lucky enough, I was able to join a Heat team that I definitely walked in that motherfucker like, yeah, fit my shit right here. Just fit my shit
On the
right
mid-
here.
on the middle finger, too. I love
I
it.
couldn't wait to put that
He said,
on.
"Fit me here."
Hey, but I will say this. I was hoping we was going to get it, and I never talked about it, but yeah, Kawhi got it because of game 3.
Yes.
It was game 3. Yes. But look, every time that Mano got in, we would be up by 5. Mano would get in 5 minutes we'd be down by 10. And then when that came through the lane and pushed Ray off and dunked on CB, bruh, I'm behind the bench. I said, ooh, oh, wait, where am I at?
Don't just know if he's cheering for the Heat or not.
Hey, Justin Hamilton was like, what you doing? I was like, you see that?
Let me say, listen, I'm gonna just tell you this. Like I watched, you know what I'm saying, your good days and I watch your bad days, you know what I'm saying? But I commend you for standing in the saddle. Because you know what I'm saying, everybody see the finished product of, when you get out there on the basketball court and you're on the minute restrictions and you get a chance to play, but they don't see the next day. Yeah. When you got to recover and when you're in pain and when your energy and your emotions just a little bit different because you played the day before and now you got to take a day off. Yeah. So I understood how that emotional roller coaster was for you. So commend you for that, dog, for standing in that saddle because I know that wasn't easy for you because I was a part of that process with you. Just seeing, you come out one day, you practice, and the next day you got to take the day off. You know what I'm saying? You down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You're a little frustrated. So I saw how that journey went for you, dog. So I commend you for standing in the saddle and for those 3 years, you know what I'm saying, that you had to put in that work just to get back to be able to help us. But can you just talk about like how did the Heat come involved? Like out of all the teams and everybody in the NBA, how did it end up being the Miami Heat? Because Spo spoke highly of you, and he talked about how you're one of the greatest success stories in the history of the game of basketball. So just how did it end up being the Miami Heat?
The teams that I visited was Sacramento, Dallas, and Miami.
Okay.
And honestly, Sacramento was like, we'll give you a 3-year deal, but you got to play 75 games. And if I really looked at myself, my knees can't do 75 games, or it can't be in the contract because I'm going to lose out on that money. Yeah. Dallas, Mark Cuban.
And the Dirk Diggler over there.
What could have been? That motherfucker said, look, we'll give you 1 year, second-year player option, and we don't even want you to play the first year.
Wow.
So think about how stupid I am. And then I go to Miami, and I'm sitting there. They promised the same thing. I'm like, I'm in this hotel for about 3 days. Hey, Mike, where's this contract at? I signed this. We're still working on it. Day 5. But I'm still in Miami, though. Yeah. So that's how they got me. I was like, just give me that 1 year guarantee. Come on.
Hey, the city wins again. The city wins again.
Okay.
For 5-6 days.
Let you enjoy the city a little bit.
It's a lot like Portland, huh?
Goddamn lie. Don't you do that.
When you walk outside, it's a little different.
UD ranked 1A and 1B plus Portland, Miami.
No, I don't do no things like that.
You did it?
No such thing. No. Cleveland, I mean, Portland ain't even in the top 100.
Hey, UD, where we have our Christmas
Portland
party
ain't
at?
even in the top 100.
Where'd you have a Christmas party at?
Hey.
Hold on. Where we have the
Okay,
Christmas
listen, we
party
just going to put it out there since you want to bring that up.
Okay, I mean, that's my job.
We had a team Christmas party at Tootsie's.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
We had a team Christmas party at Tootsie's. We decided to do something a little
Tassels
different.
and
Decided to do something a little different that year. So all the guys got together for a team Christmas party at Tootsie's, and we traded gifts.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. It was a gift exchange.
It was a gift exchange.
Trading gifts at
It was a
Tootsie's
gift
is
exchange.
unbelievable.
So the funny part about it, we sitting there in the locker room because we were supposed to do the gift exchange and go. Where the fuck is Shane, man? Shane, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late. Man, somebody call Shane. What the f***, where are you? We dropped the gifts, we all ran out the door. I've been here. We was like, what the f-?
Leave it to him to be the early one.
Oh,
at
yes.
Tootsie's.
Hey, man, listen. That was one of those situations where we just needed a little curveball.
Yeah.
We just need, it was one of those things where seasons gets a little long and it gets a little stressful. And we were one of the more highly televised teams in the NBA. It was a lot of, we just need a little team bonding.
I knew that team needed to really twist the arm to get to Tootsie's. I know it was kind of a drag them out kind of deal.
Well, some would say the Heat around that time had a little ownership in Tootsie's. Some would say the Heat around that time. Some would say the Heat around that time had a little ownership, little stop in Tootsie's.
like
But we needed that bonding. You know what I'm saying? Like I talked about how Greg had his good days and his bad days as a team, being on TV every day, being the most scrutinized team every single day, taking on the LeBron James effect every single day. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be a lot for us as a team. So one thing I did learn when we had that group of guys together and we had Bron, and one thing I did learn from Bron is spending time together as a team off the basketball court. That's just as important as showing up every day for practice because you build that bond. And once again, when you playing next to somebody who you look at as a brother as opposed to a teammate,
No doubt.
you play harder.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? You're more dialed in. You know what I'm saying? You believe in enjoying somebody else's success. All that translates and goes over into winning. So that was one of the ways we decided to do it that time. And I don't feel bad about it, goddammit.
No, you shouldn't. Don't
You know
ever.
what?
Don't
What
make
he
you a bad
just
guy.
said, though, that's something I want to say to all these kids, man. You know, just how you become a good teammate. You
Yes.
know, be around the guys, get to know your teammates. That's when you're gonna play for them better. You know, some people you might not like, but hey, get around them. Just be respectful.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And being around that team is I seen a different level of basketball. I seen the things that LeBron James and D Wade would do that I know a 13-year-old kid wouldn't even do right now on the basketball court. And it's just like to see the best player on the planet do that. Like I talk to people all the time. I remember Brian was guarding the corner. They made a pass to the top in the other corner, and Brian was right there when that ball got there.
Yes.
Like you're not supposed to play defense. You're not supposed to be able to move that fast.
Coach, he's
like
not.
that.
He's
Like,
not. He's not human.
No,
He's
like
not
it's,
human.
you know, I just appreciate that year and things I learned from Spo. Like I still got my packet from that year. Like I still take it to a lot of the coaches and show them
That's
little
dope.
things from that year.
That's dope.
Because I learned a lot from that team and just seeing basketball at the highest level with some of the best players and still doing the little things to make it work. Yeah.
You make good points. Both of you are talking about something because I'm curious. You have Sacramento, you have Dallas, both good deals on the table.
Oh, no.
Hold up.
No.
What?
Around that time, Sacramento, where people went to die.
I said two good deals
Yeah,
on the
but I would
table.
have been there with Cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when they
Hey,
had
two good deals
They still
on the
weren't
table.
winning nothing though.
He chooses Miami. Obviously, coming into a team that just won back-to-back championships. What was your perspective when you walked in that locker room and it's Bron, UD, D Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, Shane Battier? Because everyone has a different perspective when they walk in it. We've seen it from the beginning. He was there before I got there, but we walk in that locker room and it's kind of that was kind of the making of that team. Then they shipped me out, so I didn't get to see the other part.
Come
of it.
on, man, with that.
Anyways, but the question is, what was it like? Because I know you said fit me right here, right? Like that's what your guys' goal was. That's what all the goals are. But what was your perspective when you walked in there? Because you touched on it a little bit. Because I think for people to hear the stories of how that team, yes, was super successful, but the reason why we were successful is because of practice habits, and
habits,
working,
yes.
and so for a young kid that's coming in on injuries and doing stuff, when you walked in there, what was your perspective like?
Nervous as hell. I honestly didn't know what to think because for me, I was 3 years removed. So all I wanted to do is come in and not be a problem. But, you know, day one, I'm in there working out. And then I got Norris Cole, who played high school ball with my brother
world.
Dayton Dunbar. And then Brian comes in, we take our little Ohio picture.
That's
so
right.
it was like, it like warmed me up. And then I got to meet you guys and everybody was cool and I was scared as fuck of him. I
Why?
knew not to.
Oh,
in that
hell
locker
no.
room, hey, in that locker room, that had a straight face, like, look, don't nobody fuck around. This is my team. We built a lot of this shit. So look, anybody, he didn't care who it was.
No.
You fuck around, you got to deal with me.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen.
There was only one person he was scared of in that locker room when we were there.
Who?
Me.
I can tell. I can tell.
Yeah.
I got
You
this
know why?
relationship.
Yeah.
Because if I ever put my hands on them and then I get home and feel bad at night. That's my dog. I could, but I will tell you this though, like me and you hung out, you know what I'm saying, and because once again, building relationships off the basketball court, man. You can't just show up for practice and think that you're gonna be able to build that bond and that relationship. So we got a chance to hang out off the basketball court and just tell the people, because you put me on something. You put me on something new, and I never drank that.
You already said
I never drank that again. But just tell me, what the Patrennessy, man, where did that come? Where did that originate?
On the Teague podcast.
Because Jeff Teague, shout out Jeff, who said he never won a game against you in high school. Is that true?
Yes.
You just beat the man like that?
Bro, we lost 3 games.
Does he speak to you
3
today?
of the years. Yeah.
I
just
wouldn't
did this
speak to your
podcast.
ass. If
made
I
his
never
ass
won a
take
game against
Patrennessy.
you.
I made him take a Patrennessy on this podcast.
That's what he said. He said that's some Midwest shit. So that's
no,
where that
it's
comes.
not. Because
What is
guess
that?
So
Because down here, we
half
don't
Patron,
drink that.
half Hennessy
man.
chilled. I got it from West Coast.
Hold
from Portland.
up. I want to make sure people don't miss that because I almost missed it. It's half what and half
Half
what?
Patron
half
and Hennessy.
Hennessy,
Patrennessy. The shit that started a jet.
Damn near.
I'm throwing up right now.
Killer. You talk about some shit that's pressure.
So
Man.
I didn't hear about it till it got passed down from Seattle, and I guess this is Beast Mode's Marshawn Lynch's
Oh,
drink. So
that's
you know,
make a lot of sense.
Funny, I was in Vegas.
Make a lot of sense.
I was in Vegas last week, and I saw him in the club. I was like, I'm about to go up there. I was like, let's take a shot at Patrennessy. This said, I already got a full glass. I said,
Hey.
He is a beast.
No, real recognize real. One of the real ones, man. I heard nothing but great things about him, though. And also, real ones shine in the dark. So
Yeah.
we going to go back to you. What you went through for those 3 years to get back to the point where you was at, man. You shined in the dark, man. So real ones shine in the dark. So I always look at that. And I know you said, you made a quote, and I'm going to check you on this. In 2016, I think it was an article with Chris Haynes, and you said you might be remembered as one of the biggest busts in the NBA. I disagree.
I did too.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Again.
We can agree to disagree because I look at it from
you
a
were
different angle. I look at somebody who persevered over 3 years not knowing what the outcome is going to be. You know what I'm saying? That takes tremendous faith. You know what I'm saying? That trait takes resilience. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it just like Spo look at it, and a lot of people look at it. I look at it as a success story. You know what I'm saying? For you to be able to even come back and to be able to come in the NBA locker room and to still be able to contribute and play the game of basketball that you love after going through so much mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I just want to say I can disagree with you. We can agree to disagree on that. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
How
it.
do you feel about like the way it all turned out? You know what I'm saying? Because they have this thing, and I know you've seen it. It's this old lady. She come up to you,
Yep.
and she asks you about basketball, and then you say, "Nah, I'm retired. I don't play anymore." And then the way Instagram and try to make it seem like it was sad, but at the end of the day, you was going to school and you was getting your degree and doing the shit that you wanted to do.
By the way, me and you have that in common. We went back to school, get our degrees.
That,
Guess who didn't?
That went to school for basketball. He had no intentions on ever getting his degree. Let me just put
I
that
went
out
back.
there right
I
quick.
went
2
back.
Sundays ago, I just graduated from The Ohio State University.
Man.
With my master's degree.
Yes.
I did
yes,
3
yes.
12-page papers
Thank
in
you.
a month and a half,
Thank
and I will
you.
never
You did 'em?
again. I did them myself. No chat GPT. I actually read those
That's
books
that
and wrote
they be
those
cheating
papers.
on
so
nowadays, huh? Doing
I'm
it
very
form.
proud of that.
Good for
So
you.
I'm
You
not
should.
gonna
And
lie.
That's
we are-
impressive.
This is the shit I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
when you look at it and you said 2016, 8 years ago, do you still feel that same way now?
No, because once I said it, a lot of people came out and was like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not. But at the time, I was a number 1 pick. I was injured all the time. I rarely played. Technically, if I'm looking at, and KD's just so great that, you know, when you look at it, I'm technically one of the biggest busts. But, you know, a lot of people
No,
came
you're
out and
not,
said when I
man.
played,
What you mean
I was
technically?
okay, you know, but
See, I'm with you, D, on that. I
what
don't
do you
think
mean
I don't think you're being
technically? No.
like I understand why you would say something like that, but I don't understand. To me, busts are guys that just didn't go out and play it to their ability. You
Man,
just didn't have a
listen,
chance.
I'm
to play
gonna
it.
just say this right now. I ain't trying to throw no shot at nobody. Who was that Cleveland drafted
Bennett.
from Bennett?
Anthony,
Bus. It's a difference.
We're gonna have him on the podcast next week.
It's a difference. You were injured. You were injured. Injuries derailed your career.
100% having him on our podcast next
Injuries
week.
derailed your career. You know what I'm saying? And that's something
that.
that's out of your control. It had nothing to do with you finding a good spot. Had nothing to do with you growing as a basketball player. Had nothing with you maturing. Had nothing to do with you making mistakes off the basketball court. Had nothing to do with you improving your game. It had nothing to do with you being your best version. It had nothing to do with you doing being uncoachable. It had nothing to do with any of that. It had to do with something that was out of your control, and it was an injury. I can't agree with that. You were a bust.
Well,
Not even technically, not in no kind of way. Not no
well, I mean, it was said 8 years ago, fellas.
Yeah.
So
No.
I get it, you know, and you know, the way I'm maturing, I understand that, and I look at it like that. But you know,
You're an inspiration, dog.
I'll take that.
Because a lot of motherfuckers will fall off and you'll never see them again, never hear from them again. To go back to get your degree,
Coaching.
And
to
my
start from
master's
the
degree,
bottom
by
as
that.
a grad assistant,
Hey, a
after the
master's
career
degree.
you had, to start from the bottom as a manager.
As a
Man,
manager,
come
is
on,
nuts.
Man, I
That's
just
man,
look at
that's
it.
man, that's grown man, dog.
I look at it like that, man. You got to learn everything to get where you want to go. Like, you got to learn the bottom level. You got to learn the middle level. You got to connect with everybody. That's why when I walked in here, I wanted to say hi to everybody that was in this room.
Yeah.
Just little things like that a lot of these kids don't know that you need to do.
Yeah,
You need
yeah,
to be
you're
respectful.
right.
You need to learn every part of what you're trying to do to be up there. If you want to be a coach, learn what the managers are doing. You're going to have to be an assistant coach to be a good head coach, you know?
And your story allows you to be able to do that because you lived through it too, because you're at the top over here at the mountain, right? And then all of a sudden you got to realize it's like anything else, even when guys retire. And I was going to ask you that, like, because of your injuries, and I'm going to say this question, like, when did you know it was time to leave and be done, be done? But like being on that top and going through all that stuff, and now you're coaching with these kids, like what kind of message, what is the hardest thing about coaching right now? Because I lived it. I was a college coach. And then two,
Hey,
like,
killer, your phone ringing.
what's up?
Yeah, he
No,
an
I'm
agent,
gonna call you
never
back.
know. Yeah, agent, you never know. I'm just making sure.
Hey,
I get my
This
percentage.
phone always
Yeah,
ring.
agent, you never know. I just want my percentage.
Anyways, what is it like when you have those messages, those kids, like, do they listen? Are they listening? Are they taking it in? Are you what is your biggest challenge in the coaching side?
So, as you know right now, NIL. So basically recruiting, because I mean, as soon as you come to them, how much can you give me?
That's right.
You know, and so recruiting the right players that want to be at that school, that want to play for that coach, you know, good character, guys who are coachable. Like, that's the tough part.
Yeah.
Because then you got to add in the NIL too, especially if they're good enough.
Yeah.
And as you know now, if you over 6'7" and you can barely walk, you get 300,000. There ain't no big guys out there anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but honestly, once you get them, just making sure they're staying out of trouble, doing everything they're supposed to do. You know, we got great coaches like Mike Pegues, Maurice Joseph, Alex Barlow, who played at Butler, and John Diebler, and myself, and Coach Tony came from Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
And it's just like we got guys that had experience, that know what it takes to get there. So the guys we got now, they actually do want to listen because we've actually been there. But before, you know, you got guys that just always rolling their eyes, don't want to listen to you, can't take any type of coaching. Like, I remember the first year, I was shooting with the guys, and literally I tell them, stop dipping. Like, you can save yourself a whole second by just catching it and shooting
going
it.
straight into your
That's
shot.
the difference
Yeah.
between, if you 6'4", that's the difference between you making it professional and not being that half a second, right?
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I didn't shoot with him again. He never wanted to shoot with me after that because I just, literally all I told him was stop dipping. Just catch it and shoot. Like, and that's happened a lot, you know? But, you know, at this age, sometimes you don't want to change a whole kid's game, but just give them little things like that. That shouldn't change your whole
No,
entire
hell
game
no.
at all.
Hell no. Yeah,
And as you know, as a shooter, you know, that half a second of getting it off is a big difference.
I mean, he should already be ready, knees bent. As soon as it hit his hand,
Oh,
it's going,
that's the toughest thing.
Yeah.
Right now, the toughest thing is getting these kids to sprint to their spot, and when you sprint to your spot, get down and ready.
Yeah.
Like, that ball, as soon as it comes in your hand, you should be going up instead of getting it, now I'm ducking down and now I'm taking another step. Like, no, that step should already be there waiting. So little things like that, you know, trying to get the kids to, because they've done it for so long by all these trainers that, you know, telling them how to do, and it's just one-on-one. It's not a team game. They're not learning the little things. Like, the one thing that I really do hate is I don't see a lot of shooters when you get the rebound, sprint to that damn corner. As
Man.
you know, putting the cones right
What?
there. I learned
Mac
in
truck
Miami,
lane.
what?
Mac truck
But-
lane.
But it was a sprint. And
Yeah.
these, you know, they jog and they always looking for the ball. I'm like, sprint to that damn corner. You're going to open up everything.
Man.
And most likely you're going to be the one getting the ball when he drives the lane. So,
I'm on my son about that right now, 13 years old, man. And if somebody get the rebound, I tell him, get the fuck out the way. Everybody want to stand there and do like this. Get your ass down the court, get a ball space.
Oh, my gosh.
Get down the court and give the basketball space. The ball will find you.
Yes.
You
And
know
you
what
know,
I'm saying?
bigs don't get that run down the middle pass anymore because they always getting the. It's more guards getting that now.
Yeah.
You know, Joker getting the rebound and throwing it. You never see that big. Remember, you used to see the big just running down
Sprint
the
that-
middle.
hell
like,
yeah. And
ain't
then
nobody
turn around
gonna
and try
stop
to
that.
post early.
Yes.
You might get a quick one.
Nobody do that anymore.
Nah.
No, they ain't sprinting down. So
Nah, you got to tell them why they got to sprint.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then if they do it 2 times and they don't get the ball, you might stop. So now you got to tell the other guys, hey, look for him. You know what I'm saying? You got to look for him. You got to look for him now. So now if he get one, you keep the engaged. You know what I'm saying? This is the shit you got to deal with, man. You got to be a therapist and a coach now. I'm
I mean,
serious.
you sound like a coach. Right?
He does. He's signing up.
My last 4 or 5 years was my career. You know what I'm saying? Understanding how to get the best version out of these guys, how to push their buttons, building those relationships, understanding like where you come from, what drives you, what type of kid are you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. Everybody's motivated different, man. Some of these guys, you can yell at them and you'll keep them engaged and you'll get the most out of them. Some of them, you yell at them, you lose them.
Yes, sir.
Some of them, you got to pull to the side. Some of them, you can go at them in front of everybody. Some of them, I got to call you after practice and take you to lunch and talk about some shit. Whatever it takes to get the best out of these, you got to do it. Because what's the other option? Losing? No, that's not an option. I don't want
That's
that
not
option.
an option.
No, sir.
Yeah, I don't want that option. That should make me make bad decisions. I get miserable when I lose.
So I know we talked about in the course of the podcast about how important locker rooms are and people in that locker room. And obviously you talk about how you're scared of him and how he was. And there's actually mayor of Miami, but we all know who the real mayor of Miami
Yes,
is.
sir. Yes, sir.
Give me a funny story about this motherfucker here.
This ain't no funny story. This shit crazy. So Roger Mason was on the team. Shout out to him. He just
Shout out,
graduated
Raj.
with his doctorate or something.
Ooh, yeah.
But
Congrats, Rod.
he was
Yes, sir.
having dinner with his wife, and the whole entire restaurant come get ransacked. People get under the table, put your phone and wallet on top of the table, steal from the whole entire restaurant. Out. That motherfucker come in. He tell us in the locker room the next day, this motherfucker D stand up like, hey, what restaurant was that? What part of town? Okay, I got you. 2 days later, had it back. I was like, this motherfucker right here, no, everybody. Like, how you even start that conversation? Hey, cuz, who hit up that restaurant the other day?
It's not-
The funny thing is, I remember that story because he called me, and I actually the one that got it back from, but I gave it to him.
Yeah, he
'cause
got,
he's
he,
an
got,
OG.
he got it back for me. He got it back for me. Listen, let me tell you something, dog. Honestly, when people come to this city, dog, I feel like when you come to this city and you play for the Miami Heat, I have an obligation. One, you my brother when you step in that locker room. And two, I have an obligation to make sure that you straight and you safe out here in these streets. So for me, that happened on my watch to one of my teammates. You know what I'm saying? So I made it personal to make sure I figured out how it happened. I found out who got it. That ain't for me to tell, but I made sure personally to get it back for him. So shout out Raj. I did the same thing for D-Wade too, my rookie year. Somebody stole his truck and stole his chain out of his truck. And I told him, hey, listen, I found out where your truck at. You want your back? He said, yeah, he got his chain. That's that simple, man. Listen, that's why I ain't leaving. When people talk about why you ain't go play in other cities, man, I can't go to no other city and get people stolen shit back. I can only do that in Miami.
That's why you're not leaving.
Yeah, I ain't leaving. I can get everybody stolen back because I stay here.
That's why I was scared of this motherfucker. That's the mayor of Miami right here.
It is. I love it.
That's Dade Dad stories, man. My kids call me Dade Dad. That's the they don't
Dade
know about.
Dad?
Yeah, Dade County Dad. They
Dade
don't know
Dad.
that. They don't know that guy.
You don't take them down there every once in a while?
Every now and then, man. I take them down there every now and then. But when I get in that mode, my kids get a little nervous.
So you're coaching now,
Yeah.
but before you started coaching, you had that last year here. You guys obviously it doesn't end up like you guys wanted to. Where was your head at when that season was over, and what was like the next journey for you? What were you thinking about?
I was thinking about another opportunity. I thought I was at least healthy enough to at least be able to get another contract and kind of move on, but it didn't end up happening like that. But I do want to tell this story, though.
Go, please.
So right after we get back, because we lost in San Antonio,
Yeah.
we land, got exit meetings the next day. I think Spo just wanted to get them over with. I was one of the first ones, probably like 8 in the morning. I lived across the street at 900. So I come over early. I'm still in workout mode. I'm going to go work out. LeBron in there 7 in the morning with his mom working out. And we just lost the finals. And I know for a fact he played 38.
That's the shit people don't know.
Yeah.
That's the shit
7
people
in
don't
the
know.
morning on the Versa, like with his mama. I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
that's crazy.
That's
right there.
crazy. That's the shit people don't know. And I never heard that story, but I talk about all the time just understanding how to be a professional and professionalism. I tell people if practice started at 10, Brown was probably there at 7. He done rode a 10 speed in his tights to practice. He done got to that. He done worked out in the weight room. He done got his shots up. By the time 9 o'clock come around, he on the table getting tape ready to start practice. He done had a whole 2-hour workout day already. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he prepared, there's no coincidence. And it ain't by accident that he performed the way he did in the Olympics at 40.
40 years old, bro.
At 40.
Let's just for a second here, man. 40 years old, bro. And he's still
40.
doing it. But now it's like for everyone at home, like now you start hearing enough of these stories, it all adds up. It's not like you said, it's not a coincidence. I mean, that dude was. I mean, I always make fun of. He laughs at me. He's a test tube baby. There's no way he's real. But the reality of the situation, man, is like he's taking advantage of everything and putting everything into it.
Man, remember that time the rolled his ankle, rolled all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
To the ground.
Yeah.
Ankle touched the ground. I'm like, yeah, he out a week or two. Tied his shoes up tighter and got better. I was like, wait a minute. What the is that? Like, what the is that? Like, how does that happen? Like, most of us roll our ankle to the ground like that. You can count us out for a week or two, at least a month. Tied his shoe and got better.
But I do want to touch on it, though, because unlike UD over there, we've talked about it on our podcast a lot. Like, he got to land his own plane. He got to finish when he wanted to, right? And that happens for probably 1% of the NBA basketball players or professional athletes or even people that work in the work field. They rarely get to end.
Even sunshine on the dog ass every now and then.
But I'm saying, like, so, like, when you got there and there was no other options, or what happened? Why did you ultimately give up? Why did you not give up? Why did you ultimately retire from the game?
I ended up going to China, and I felt like I was good. You know, it was $1 million tax free. I was like, it's a couple 6 months. I'm over there first.
$1 million tax free 6 months?
Yeah.
What city that is? Hey,
hold on. Don't get any ideas. Look at. Don't get
a little something. Now, what city? Call your agent. Who your agent? Hey, listen.
Shout out Mike Conley Sr.
That's right.
For 6 months, I go let that thing ride.
So, you know, but my first
I can get you that job, UD.
I put it like this. I was over in China smoking a pack a day. I was smoking cigarettes right before the game. I was in there stressed.
Cigarettes is nuts.
Stressed.
Hey, you know, China, they got them old school cigarettes with no filter.
Hey, but them joints is different over there because twice that cigarette gone.
Damn. You know what? I take that back. Don't call me. Don't call me. My man was smoking cigarettes. Don't call me.
Hey, all I can see is him in the bathroom stall. Yeah. 7'2".
That would have been me. That would have been black and mild wine.
100.
Like, that would have been black and mild wine tip. Wood tip, black and mild wine.
Hey, the messed up part, you go halftime of the game trying to go pee, and the coaches be in there just
smoking with you.
Hey, just cigarettes all through that bitch.
Man, like, listen, don't do that.
You need to use the bathroom.
You would have been on the left-handed cigarette.
Man, you already know. Hey, coach, hit this.
Weed.
Coach, don't worry about it. Hit this. I take care of that.
That's funny. Nah, but when I did get over there, the first preseason game, I broke my thumb.
Damn.
So I was out for a month over there. And it was just like, after that year, it was like, it takes a lot for me to even play in the game, for me to even get ready to play in the game. Yeah. And at that time, I was just like, I'm about to get married. I'm about to have a child. I want to be home. I want to be there. So, yeah.
So kids.
My daughter.
Yes.
London Oden. Love you, baby girl.
There you go.
Shout out London Oden.
Yes, sir. 3rd grade. She's tall as hell. 7 going on 25, I like to say. But that's my girl. She was my date to a wedding, my guy Mark Titus's wedding this weekend. So
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Good. I mean, when you talk about, you know, stuff like that, and you talk about the things that you've overcome, so it's definitely a success story, dog. I appreciate you for coming on. But for me, I just want to say, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate you also for what you contributed to our team. You know what I'm saying? Sure. We talk about having good guys in the locker room. We talk about having a good locker room. You know what I'm saying? You came in, you was a good teammate. We enjoyed ourselves off the basketball court. You had good energy. You brought it every day. You made us better. You made me better. So I appreciate all that you was able to do, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. At the end of the day, if you would have stayed, then we wouldn't have kept, this wouldn't have came. So I wouldn't have mind you staying a little bit longer because I could have did without him taking my money.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he took my money.
Well, you know what? I don't want to hear all that. But on the OGs, we ask fan questions with the fans.
Man, listen, don't ask no dumb fans.
Well, that's probably not going to
happen.
happen.
Don't be DMing me complaining.
We love you, fans, but there are some There are some doozies. We kind of touched on this a little bit, but what was the experience like playing with LeBron James and D Wade? Obviously, two of the elites in this game. What was that experience like?
For me, it was amazing to be on the court with guys that just dominated. And it just came so easy for them. So just learning how to play off those guys, which it kind of brought back to the reason why I'm coaching. Everybody can't be LeBron and D Wade. You got to learn how to be. You got to learn how to get in the dunker spot, man.
Yes.
Get in that corner. Like, let them boys do what they do.
Preach, G, preach.
But it was amazing because the one thing I always say too, like they used to every week we had a gift in our locker.
That was unbelievable.
Yes. Yeah,
Greatest
it was
teammates
just like,
ever.
That's all it was. They were great teammates, and they always gave us something. They was always there. My favorite thing about Bron, we was in D.C., and we was out, and everybody had the little section. I was like, I'm kind of big, so I walked over to the bar by myself. That's what I do. I'm just sitting there, and I'm looking at all I see Rich, and then I just see him move, and Bron walk up. He just, you good, Gio? All right, and then he just, I was like, and I don't like that, man. Because I just try to stay out the way, man. So that was cool that he came over there and checked on me, man. And
I mean, hands down, when it talks about one of the best teammates that I've had, I mean, Bron's up there at the top of the list.
The funny thing is, and that's why obviously he's been so successful. That's why our Heat teams were so successful, is because our best teammates were our best players.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we were all. I felt like our locker room was awesome. We had great teammates.
Yeah.
But when you talk about it, like you said, LeBron James is one of the best teammates. Yes. D Wade as well. Chris Bosh. I mean, those guys. The one thing I always took away from it when I played those, because I came from different situations as well. Like when you came in there, it was so fun to lace up your shoes knowing you're probably going to win the game.
Yeah.
And they gave us that. You know what I mean? Like that was dope to me, because before I'd start up in October, like, damn, I'm lacing these shoes up. I know I ain't gonna win no championship. But you walked in there, you're like, dog, championship or bust. That's a great feeling to have.
They definitely gave us that, but goddamn it, we gave them something too now.
Coach, we did our job. We did our job. We don't need we did our job.
Yeah, we did
Next
our damn
question.
job.
Favorite center and power forward in the NBA right now?
my favorite.
I'm going. I bet it's Joker. I bet, because you already said it one time.
I did say Joker, but I like Joel, man.
I was just finna say Joel or Joker.
Yeah.
This is a conversation for a barbershop, but Joel or Joker?
I'm going Joel because I'm black.
hey, to honesty.
God damn it.
So I'm supposed to pick Joker then.
Power to the people. If you do. Power to the people, God damn it.
I love them both. I'm not gonna lie; they're just both great players. But I think Joel is more my speed. You know, he'll dunk on your ass when he want to. In the words of Shaq, he need to do that more.
Yeah.
But his jump shot, like I didn't watch the Serbia game, the third Serbia game, and I didn't realize he turned it on towards the end too.
He did.
Yeah,
Played great.
Fourth quarter. So,
yes, he did.
Played great.
I was watching the highlights on the plane over here, so I was like him a lot. And for some reason now, I used to be called Bron, but now they call me Joel whenever I take my hair out and got my afro. And then I was in Chicago last week, and I had my little braids, and they was calling me Andre Drummond. I was like, damn, what the we all don't look alike.
You could be all three. Who call you that? White people? They just saying all this look alike? That's that.
Just so you know, it's actually mostly black people.
Who said that? White people say all this look alike?
It's actually not white people. It's more black people.
Who said black people?
Yes, swear to God.
They were blind.
Are you Andre Drummond? What?
That's crazy.
Sometimes
When people walk up to me and they ask me for an autograph, I immediately ask them, do you know my name? If you don't know my name, you got to keep walking. You just see a tall black man with tattoos and braids and ask for an autograph. What they call that? Stereotype. That's that. You don't even know who I am. You just see somebody else ask for an autograph. You done brought your ass over here because you seen a brother with braids and he tall. You know what I do? I could be a scammer.
He'd probably be pretty accurate.
I could be. I could be a scammer. I could be a scammer.
What is your best memory from your time in college basketball?
My best memory.
I tell you what his worst was.
I know what it was. I love that memory.
I enjoyed playing in the national championship game.
You did?
A lot of people don't get
I
opportunities to
didn't.
play in
I
that.
hated it.
I love the way you spent that.
He did spin it.
that
He
was-
did.
that-
And
that
guess
was a
what?
vet
That was
move.
a veteran. That was a veteran.
You did.
19-year-old
I
Greg
love the way
Oden's
you
not
spent
answering
that. That was
way.
a vet move. I like that.
Yeah, that was a good spin. That was a good spin.
Oh man, no. There was one dunk I got in that national championship game that I tried to kick every last Florida that was in the lane. But
As you
I
should.
will say this game, man, like, I was actually proud of myself. I will say you got Joe Kim, Al,
They was
Chris
loaded.
Richards,
Yes.
and Mo Spates.
Yes, they
All
was
the
loaded.
bigs coming at you.
25 and 12.
They was
Dang.
loaded. They was loaded. They was loaded.
25 and 12.
Yeah, he still remember his numbers now.
And,
Let you know.
and by the way, on the cover of college basketball, the game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
By the way, needs to come back. College football's coming back this
Yeah.
year.
So it
Oh,
should.
sh- let me
College
tell you.
football's back.
Yes.
But
Not
are
any
they
college
paying?
basketball. I don't know what's going on. I know that
Because they now
that,
can pay.
That was
So
it.
if
That
you're
was
going to put a college kid
yeah,
on the,
yeah.
you got to pay him.
They got to pay him.
I got paid after, so
Did you?
Because I went to the league. So
Yeah,
it
that was
that
that
year
was yeah
after,
that was
so,
yeah that was the whole reason it shut down, right?
Yeah.
I might have to start back playing video games. I heard that college football, all right. Get back in the lab.
Yeah, college
I used to
basketball.
be
But
nice
he's on
with
the
that
cover of
thing.
college basketball. That's dope too.
I used to be nice, Killer. You play video games?
No, because of Mike Conley. It's another bad.
There's another
story.
reason why you. What the hell Mike did to you on the video game?
Man, he was just so good at everything. So like, I'm coming in, I'm fucking 7th grade. I'm rooming with Mike. He playing the video game like it was Gamecast. So he playing NFL Blitz. I'm like, damn.
NFL
all right.
Blitz.
What you ranked? I didn't even know they had ranked. He's like, I'm ranked 3rd in the world.
Damn.
Out of here, man.
Damn. In the whole world?
Bruh. Motherfucker's good at everything.
Everything is crazy.
Damn, man.
So I just stopped playing. I be like, look, I don't even want to play. I want to watch TV. Fuck your game.
yeah, look that game and the horse you rode in on.
I got a question. Do you hope to be a head coach, or do you hope to continue
It's a
and
great question,
work up the
BD.
ladder? Because you worked your way from the bottom. Do you want to keep going in coaching, or you want to kind of stay where you at and stay comfortable?
I'm not going to stay comfortable. I put it like that. Never stay comfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
Never knowing what's going to happen. But aspiration is always to be a head coach. I want to be the guy in charge. I want to be able, as you said, make the schedule.
Man.
That's what's up.
And I want to be able to lead these guys.
That's what's up.
Lead the program to the highest point it can possibly get. But more importantly, I want these guys to make money, experience life, and just see the world from a game that we grew up loving. Game, take
The
us
way the
all over
game is,
world.
and I tell you this, the way the game is going now, they're bringing in, and the coaches are starting to look more like guys that played the game and guys that are relatable to these guys. It's not more so the analytical guys getting the jobs anymore, which is fine, but I call them athletics because it means nothing to me. It means nothing to me. They call them analytics. They call them analytics. I call them athletics because it means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing to me. You have to have a
Athletics.
feel for the game. For me, that's what I go off, the feel. I don't go off no piece of paper that tell me in this situation this is the percentage, because what percentage of heart do this got? Is that on the piece of paper? Do you got an analytic for how much heart this got? Because if he ain't got no heart, then we can't win with this.
Athletics is
So at the end of the
unbelievable.
day, that shit means nothing to me. It's coming board to guys that played the game, guys that have been in the locker room, guys that are relatable, and guys that can speak the language of the guys that they're coaching. That's what it's moving to. So I think you got a hell of an opportunity.
You're right,
in
but
that.
them analytics do help.
No,
just putting the numbers out there for
see,
the guys
he-
to see, because it does make sense sometimes.
So I'm gonna touch on both. I'm gonna blend both y'all because I'm with. I think
Two
I
things
think
can be
it's-
true.
I think
I
yeah.
agree
I
with
think
you
I
on
think
that
I think
because
where he's
Shane
going.
Battier was the greatest of forcing somebody right. But if you gonna base everything off analytics,
I think
go
me
ahead,
and you
Killer.
have very similar, and I think you're in there too. Like analytics definitely play a part in a role, but analytics should confirm your eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your understanding, right? Like too much is made now, in my opinion, on analytics and only analytics. Where you gotta pass the eye test first, and then I gotta get to know who you are, and then analytics confirm those.
I mean, let's just put it out there and just be real. Analytics allow coaches to not play some people they don't want to play.
exactly.
They
exactly.
pull that piece of paper out and throw that in front of your face and make you seem like the worst that stepped on the basketball court.
sir.
Just because they didn't want to play you anyway.
And this is the OG advice of the day.
That's the truth.
It
I'm be
is.
honest. The biggest thing for analytics is coach can use that not to play your ass. Guess what? It's 4 other on the court with you, but you're going to bring out my analytics. How about the other 4 that was on the court with me when I was out there? So it's usually just used to not play the you don't want to play anyway.
Well, I'll say this. In analytics, they say don't take a long two. But then I go, look at every all-star. What is their strong suit? Mid-range game. So what are we talking about?
Man.
So you mean KD not supposed to shoot this long too? Like, what are we talking about?
When you're that
Hey,
efficient,
listen,
you shoot them
don't
anytime
get
you
me
want.
started
Yes.
because that shit was almost a death for me. They took out the mid-range.
I didn't mind. I didn't
almost was a
mind when they
death
took
for
the
me.
mid. I didn't mind when they took the midi out.
No more shot fake, one dribble pull up.
If we're gonna just be fully transparent, when they took the midi out, I was kind of cool with it. More of a shot split, slide step 3. I like those. I like that
You see
shit.
that? You see that? Me and I was almost dead. Mid-range out almost killed me. Now, nowadays, them paychecks a little longer. There's a little more money out here now. Every now and then, it make me even want to get my old ass up and give it another run. You ever sit home and look at it and be like, boy?
Well, I put it like this. The year I retired was the year Timothy Mozgov, no disrespect, got that 50 mil, and I wanted to kill everybody in the world. I hated life. I was depressed. Like, if they threw him 50 mil, I'm like, all I need to do is be on the team. That's 20, easy.
I think that might have been about it for him, wasn't it?
That was.
His last deal?
He didn't play no more after that.
God damn.
Oh, and that hurt. It hurts my heart right now. I actually feel a little empty when I talk about it. Like, no disrespect to my fake, but God damn, y'all could have threw me another 20.
Yeah, you'd be able to do some real financial literacy with that.
That was in Cleveland. Killer, you had something to do with that?
No.
Why you ain't take his money like you took mine?
You want me to know who had a lot?
Why you ain't take his money like you took mine? Maybe he would have had to take half the money he was supposed to get.
You know who had a lot to do with that?
Who?
Yeah, a lot of people paid LeBron James, coach. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know how that go.
Mozgov was good for us that year. Mozgov was good for us that
He
year.
was good.
You know what? It was a perfect storm for him, though. In fairness to him, that was the year all that new money came in from
the TV deal.
and no one knew how to spend it, and people were just throwing the money out. I mean, there's a bunch of, we ain't gonna call everybody out, but there's a handful of deals that summer. What the.
Yes.
You can't blame the players. You got to blame the janky promoters.
No, but that does hurt, though, don't it?
It does hurt.
You know why? Hey, listen. You know why they got paid? You know why they got paid? Athletics.
Athletics.
The Athletics got that bag. The Athletics. All you motherfuckers.
His own vocabulary. His own vocabulary.
That's the Athletics that got that paid. That's what made you mad.
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. Shout out to him, man. Get all that money you can get, my brother.
That's the one thing, man. Like, I want people to understand. Like, there's never a hate. We're proud of him.
No, for sure.
Proud of him, but it's like what you're saying is like, yo, if he got that, gosh.
I mean, I played 6 years. I probably made about 24 mil, and I cut that in half because of taxes.
Yes.
So
that just goes to show you, number one picks now is 55, 60. Number one pick. I know, hang in there. I didn't want to bring your day down, dog. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm an uplifter.
I got a good question. How much did that go to the agent?
The first
so OG's out.
I want to see how much did that go to the agent?
Well, Gio, man, we really appreciate you coming in, dog, and proud of everything you're doing and what you've been through, man. It's been awesome.
Before we go, I do want to shout out a couple of things because
sure.
I work for a company called Educore, teaching financial literacy to athletes and
talk
entertainers.
About it. Yeah.
Before you finish, now, we did read that, and I'm sorry. I'm happy you brought that up, and I want to touch on that. All the things that you're doing now.
And the foundation.
You touched on that foundation and everything that you're working with and all the work that you're doing off the basketball court outside of coaching.
Yes, sir.
Commend you on that, too. So talk about that, dog. You already started, but yeah.
Just, when I retired, you look at that bank account and you're like, hold on, I thought I made a little bit more than this, And sometimes when, it's every 2 weeks, all that check is right there.
All them nights at club in Portland.
Hey,
yeah.
Shout out to Channing Fry.
Paying all that money, paying them all that money to put their back on. Took all your money. Hey, listen,
the only person
putting all that money just to put that back on.
Nuts.
No, but just getting athletes to pay attention to their money.
Yes.
Like when the check's coming in, you feel like it's coming, so I don't need to see it. You need to understand where it's coming from and where it's going. Who got access to it?
Amen.
Who teaching just kids to understand the basics, because a lot of these kids are getting money nowadays, but they don't have nobody in their family with any type of financial background.
No, man.
So just being really engaged, and I love the company Educore. Been working with them for about 4 years now, and all we sell is education, and then an audit, which is your personal education of your own finances. So
great.
if you guys can, go check out educore.com, doing great things. And again, I'm coaching that Butler University men's basketball program, but Project 44 is a blood registry. Guy Andrew Smith played at Butler, and he ended up passing away. So basically, Project 44 helps registering people to blood donations, because a lot of us, especially us, black people, don't do it.
Yeah.
So when people come with these, rare diseases, it's just like, okay, we got to wait and see. They might even get blood from out the country sometimes. Out the country, a lot more people, when you get your ID, you register. Yeah. Over here in this country, we do not do that, require that. So Project 44 is doing a great job. A Kid Again is a big one. I'm celebrity ambassador for A Kid Again. Basically, taking families with terminal illnesses and having adventures or different little things to get the family's mind off of just everything they're going through, being in a hospital all day for months. So we'll do little fun adventures at, just like an amusement park. Yeah. Or like a couple of nights ago, we had a Nashville night where they brought in singers from Nashville that, wrote for a bunch of people. And it was just a nice little dinner. Awesome. It's just something to just get the family and the kids' minds off of that. And then one thing that is going to be coming up, I can't really talk about it a lot, but it's called NIL for Life. It's something that we're working towards. It's going to be big, but right now I can't really talk about it as much, but I did want to tease it a little bit.
Sure.
And, I'm going to be a part of that, and I'm very excited about that. It's
That's
just
what's up.
helping these athletes not just make the money while they're in college, give them something that's going to last them for the rest of their lives.
Man.
Well, big dog, keep dominating, brother. All that stuff is awesome, man. Keep dominating. We appreciate you coming on, for real. Love.
Listen, I know it might not have went the way you planned it, but I think it went the way it was supposed to go.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I think that you found your calling. I think you found your why. I think with the opportunities that you have now and the things that are in front of you, ultimately you'll impact more people. You know what I'm saying? So I commend you for finding that, bro. So thanks for coming on. Thanks for doing what you're doing and being an inspiration to not only myself and my generation, you know what I'm saying, but the young guys that's following you and watching you, dog. I appreciate you, dog. Real one.
I appreciate you guys. I grew up following you. Him, first one with the little hair tie.
Yeah.
UD out there. I tell you, I was really scared of this. Yeah. But he cared, and that's the one thing I did know. That cared. I appreciate you guys.
No worries, man. OGs out. Appreciate y'all.